to the channel, first thing I want to tell you guys is, number one, expect very, very big things coming for the HELLCAT and for the 2020 Corvette. I've been linking up with companies. I've been trying to figure out exactly modifications for the 2020 Corvette, and I know on my channel, typically when it comes to my HELLCAT, I've always focused on the performance part of it, and we still do. Because, see, my thing is, I see a lot of people, I see a lot of YouTubers who have HELLCATs. They don't race them, they don't like to modify them, and that's cool, that's good for them, you know, that's just their style. But for me, whether it's my Jeep, the HELLCAT, or the Corvette, you better believe I like to use these cars for what they were designed for. So if it's a Jeep, I go off-road. If it's a HELLCAT and Corvette, you know we're going to be racing at the track in Mexico, airstrips. Are you ready? You name it, we're gonna race everything you can think of. But in addition to the racing, I felt like my channel was missing something, and that is, we need to like seriously hook up these cars. I mean, my HELLCAT, I've already done some cosmetic modifications, but I got something really big. And the modification budget for the HELLCAT and the Corvette, well, for now, I don't really have a budget, but I'll tell you this, it's gonna be well over $10,000 in modifications on the way for that HELLCAT and that Corvette. As of right now, I still haven't seen anybody on YouTube that has these modifications done on their HELLCAT, and chances are they're not gonna have it on their 2020 Corvette either. And mark my words, we are going to have the hottest wide body HELLCAT and 2020 Corvette on YouTube. Anyway, so let's go ahead now and get back on today's topic for this video. Yesterday I went off-roading, and I know the Jeep has a lot of damage. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There's a story behind this screwdriver. Yesterday, I was off-roading at Roush Creek in Pennsylvania, and some genius decided to leave a screwdriver in a mud pit. I was going through a mud pit. The videos from that off-road trip are gonna be uploaded in 1 to 2 days. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you can sign up for notifications. This way you get notified when that video gets uploaded. When the video goes live, you're gonna see me in that mud pit. You're gonna see me climbing obstacles, and you're not gonna just see me. We had an awesome team when I was off-roading. I got brand new Gladiators, we got a bunch more Rubicons, we got Wrangler Sports, we had a little bit of everything. But this screwdriver seriously just killed it for me. I mean, I was so mad when this happened. And thank God that, you know, I had a really good team with me. Everybody was extremely helpful, and thank you very much everybody who helped out to swap out the spare tire, because if you don't have a Jeep with 37-inch tires like on these like size wheels, trust me, these tires and wheel setup, each one weighs probably over 100 pounds. So trust me when I tell you, it is an extreme challenge. I don't even know if it's possible, to be honest with you, for one person to really do it, because it even takes 2 guys to struggle to put this wheel back on the spare tire carrier. And the reason for that is because of this stupid camera. You see, this is the AEV rear vision camera, and this camera is ridiculously expensive. I think it's like $750, close to $800, and that's just parts. Labor, I don't even know how much I paid, but if you're not gonna do it yourself, trust me, it's not cheap to get it installed. And I know it's a very expensive backup camera. The quality is good. And the reason why I got it is because it integrates with the factory radio/navigation screen that comes with the Jeep. So that's why, you know, it works like a factory backup camera. But the problem is just the placement. Check out the placement. Now, AEV tells you that their cameras are designed to work with AEV wheels, which I think is also kind of dumb. I think they should kind of give you some more, like, more options or a little flexibility to move the placement of the camera. So now imagine you're trying to mount a tire/wheel that weighs over 100 pounds, and you got to line it up perfectly so that you don't bang around on this camera. Now, even before this trip, when I had my previous wheels, it had a slightly different design. installing the wheel in the rear tire carrier, I went to a tire shop and it was 2 guys plus me, and trying to line it up and trying not to bang the camera with the wheel was a challenge. And we used to struggle before, but this time I was helping. I was actually the one trying to aim the wheel and get the wheel in there perfectly without damaging the camera. But what ended up happening was, and that was me plus 2 more people that were helping me out. As we were trying to put it on there, it just wasn't lining up. I don't know how this wheel was on there before. I have a feeling whoever installed the wheel for me, the shop that did it, must have gone through hell. They really must have went through hell trying to install this wheel and tire on there, and they didn't say anything. But I think what upsets me the most is, you know, the shop who actually installed the camera to begin with, because, you know, even with the previous wheel setup, that camera was always rubbing against the paint on the previous wheels, so it didn't fit right. So in my opinion, you know, I would have appreciated just a phone call, you know, give me a heads up, let me know, hey, you know, I don't suggest you install this camera, or get a different camera setup, or come up with like a custom bracket or something to relocate the camera to a better place. But that's not what happened. They just installed it, left it that way, and it didn't work before too well, and it definitely doesn't work with this wheel setup. So the camera lens ended up getting scratched up. Now I'm going to try and repair it. I looked up on YouTube, and some people who scratch their GoPro cameras or other camera lenses, like on phones, sometimes they use like a little polish, a little compound or polish on the lens, and they're able to get the scratches out. Because right now, these scratches are kind of deep. So when I'm actually backing up, the scratches are so bad that I really can't see that well out the back. I came across this other camera setup. I like the way it's set up right in the center of the wheel. If anybody has an experience with this camera, please let me know if it's a good quality camera or not. Let's get back to the video. But anyway, question for you guys. What do you recommend? Do you have any ideas on how I can relocate this camera to a better spot with that brake light? I'll even open the door to show you what it looks like. Maybe it'll help give you guys some ideas. This is what it looks like on the back. This is the cable. This is the bracket that comes from AEV. And then this is like the little brake light and the camera right here. Now, if you don't have any ideas on how I can fix that, maybe you have an idea on a better camera. So now let's get an idea on how much damage we have. Because I know you guys are thinking, oh, big deal, you blew a tire, buy another tire. It's not that simple. And the reason why it's not that simple is because, the reason why it's so expensive is because these tires already have about 20 to 25,000 miles on them. And there's still plenty of tread on them. You can see on the sides that there's still, you know, plenty of tread on these tires. But the problem is I can't just go ahead and buy a new tire and put it on the Jeep. Then I'm going to have a brand new tire, and then I'm going to have other tires that have around 25,000 miles on them. It's probably not a smart idea. Now, just to begin with, the original spare that was on the back had already had a nail and had already been plugged because it couldn't be patched for some reason. But that's the tire that's currently mounted on the front passenger side of the Jeep. So that tire is no good. This tire is obviously not repairable. So I basically need at a minimum, I would have to buy 2 new tires. But in reality, since I can't mix brand new tires with tires that have 25,000 miles, it looks like I'm going to end up having to buy 4 brand new tires. And then the other 3 tires that are on the Jeep right now that are still good, I'm just going to keep them in the basement, and I'll use one of them as a spare tire for an emergency. And that's it. But I'm going to have to go look up the pricing on these tires. If I had to guess, I think they cost $4 and change, $4.50 a tire, or something like that. If anybody has a hookup for tires, please let me know. These are Nitto Trail Grapplers, 37 by 12.5. I got to go online and see who's got the best price. So around how much damage do we have? If my estimates are correct, and each tires are at least 4 and change, I mean, $450, that's going to be $900, $1,800 basically on tires, most likely. Again, I'll go online and see what I can find as far as deals. And if anybody has some kind of a hookup for tires, let me know. So I'm probably looking at around $1,800 in tires, new camera setup, I got so many exciting things planned for this spring/summer, guys. It's going to be crazy. And the growth on the channel, I'm expecting it to be something ridiculous, more than ever. This year, we've grown so much, but trust me when I tell you, it's going to be nuts once you guys see those modifications that are going to get done to these cars. And it's not just those 2 cars. This one, obviously, besides everything we just spoke about, this one's getting new modifications done. In fact, this one has an appointment on Saturday. So I got to get all this mud off of the Jeep and get it at least a little bit more cleaned up so that they can do these modifications on Saturday coming up. Stay tuned for those videos. Again, hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you can sign up for all notifications. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.